In this video, we break down our top 10 moments from the movie Rogue One, A Star Wars Story. Preceding the events just prior to the beginning of Episode 4, A New Hope, Rogue One shows how the rebellion was able to steal the plans to the Death Star and the heroes that made it happen. Let's get started right now. Chirrut Imwe may be blind, but his other senses are fine-tuned. Here, we see Jyn, Cassian, and K2SO being detained. Chirrut suggests to the stormtroopers to let them pass in peace. Although he is not a Jedi, it is safe to say that he is able to channel the Force to guide and assist him as we see in this scene. The stormtroopers surround him, but underestimate his abilities. In less than a minute, he takes down the stormtroopers with nothing more than his staff, quickness, and power. Saw Gerrera and his sister led a rebellion on the planet of Onderon during an Imperial occupation. Known for his extreme beliefs and actions, Gerrera was an interesting character. For many years, fans enjoyed the animated series The Clone Wars and Rebels without ever seeing popular heroes or villains on the big screen. That all changed when Saw Gerrera was the first character brought to life in a live-action show. Thank you, Disney, for listening to your fans. It's much appreciated. What would a Star Wars battle be without a Mon Calamari at the helm of a Rebel Star cruiser? During the Battle of Scarif, Admiral Raddus calls in a Hammerhead corvette to ram a disabled Star Destroyer. This small ship pushes the destroyer into a second one and then down into the shield gate below. This lowers the shield around Scarif, allowing Jyn Erso to upload the plans of the Death Star. You can even see the Hammerhead driving it down the whole way, sacrificing themselves to the very end to ensure it hits the gate. Rogue One is all about courage, and that virtue isn't lost on the smart-mouthed K2SO. During the infiltration of the Imperial base on Scarif, K2 single-handedly directs Jyn and Cassian on how to find the Death Star plans, and later advises them to climb to the top. K2 does this all while holding down the control desk and vault door by shooting any stormtroopers entering the area. Eventually, he is overwhelmed and dealt a fatal blow. However, he still manages to give them instructions, and then seals the door for Jyn and Cassian so that they can complete their mission. Right up there with Chewie's crossbow and Mando's pulse rifle for cool guns of Star Wars would be the blaster of Baze Malbus. After Chirrut fights off a group of stormtroopers, another group immediately appears, but is quickly taken down by the sharpshooting of Baze and his blaster. Later, Jyn and Cassian hurry to make their escape from the Edu landing platform shortly after her father's death. Again, Baze efficiently clears the area of stormtroopers within a few seconds. Jyn Erso has avoided getting involved in the rebel cause for most of her life. So, when she decides it is time to make a stand and go to Scarif to steal the Death Star plans, the Rebel Council convenes to discuss the matter. However, too many members are against the idea and state that it would be better to surrender. Fortunately, her deep-seated hope inspires Cassian, Baze, Chirrut, Bodhi, and a large group of rebels to go against the orders and leave anyway. They board the stolen Imperial ship, tell command that their call sign is Rogue One, and then depart for Scarif. Another awesome scene on Edu is the attack of the X-Wings on the Imperial base. With Jyn and her father on the landing platform, and Cassian's request coming too late to call off the attack, the X-Wings fire relentlessly. Krennic commands to get their fighters in the air, leading to an awesome scene of X-Wings versus TIE fighters dodging the mountain terrain in the dark. We also get a glimpse of Chirrut's Force-sensitive abilities, as he takes down a TIE fighter with a no-look shot. As stated earlier, Rogue One is all about courage. In order for the Death Star plans to reach Admiral Raddus, a master switch on a communication board first needs to be turned on. However, the group of rebels nearby are pinned down by Death Troopers. Chirrut Imwe understands what is at stake and what needs to be done. He steps out into the open and walks across the battlefield while being shot at continuously. Unable to see with his eyes and totally exposed, his faith in the Force not only guides him to the switch, but also keeps him safe until he is able to complete his mission. Unfortunately, one of the Death Troopers figures instead of trying to hit him directly, he'll shoot the machinery close to Chirrut, causing an explosion. This works and sends him flying with fatal injuries. Baze, witnessing this, charges out and holds his friend until he passes on. The time has come to test the Death Star. Unfortunately, the holy city of Jeddah is the target. A single reactor ignition is fired, and the result is a catastrophic explosion that sends a tidal wave of sand and rock rippling across the planet's surface. The earthquake is felt by Cassian, who quickly gets Jin and the rest of the heroes racing to the U-Wing to try and escape. K2 brings in the ship, they board immediately, and get airborne as fast as possible. However, as fast as the ship is flying, the rebel surrounds them on all sides, beginning to swallow them. With only seconds to spare, Cassian makes the risky decision to engage the hyperdrive before K2 can even finish making the calculations to jump to lightspeed. The next scene is not only our number 1 on the list for Rogue One, but is now considered by many to be one of the best scenes in all of Star Wars. While the Death Star plans are transmitted up to the Rebel Star Cruiser, Darth Vader quickly goes over to retrieve them. Knowing Imperial troops are boarding their ship, the Rebel soldiers frantically hurry to get the plans to safety. With the appearance of a red lightsaber, the Rebels do their best to take down the Sith Lord. Chronologically speaking, this becomes the first scene in the live-action movies where we see a suited Darth Vader draw his weapon. With several blasters all firing on him in a narrow corridor, Vader easily handles their attack. Using his lightsaber and the Force, Vader shows no mercy and kills them all quickly. Fortunately, the Rebels are able to pass off the plans to each other and release Tantive 4 from the flagship. With Darth Vader left empty-handed, the plans are safely handed over to Princess Leia, thus keeping hope alive. With so many great moments in Rogue One, we thought we would include one more as an honorable mention. In Attack of the Clones, Revenge of the Sith, and the Clone Wars series, we see Anakin Skywalker's personality develop as he ages, including his sarcasm. In Rogue One, director Krennic flies to Mustafar for a meeting with Darth Vader. After a brief conversation regarding the Death Star test, a nervous Krennic asks if he is still in command. But before he can finish speaking, Vader uses the Force and reminds him not to choke on his aspirations. This is interesting, as we see that the once younger, sarcastic Anakin has not been totally lost. It still seems to be part of Vader's personality, albeit usually to the chagrin of others. However, as a fan, it's awesome to see.